The number one thing I was looking for is quarterback stability, which I mean that quarterback stability generally means a like winning team too, you know. So like a good team has a stable quarterback, like they kind of go hand in hand, right? But
that's where he's going with the football. That's an outstanding job of quarterbacking on his opening drive.
Cleveland Farrell came across early.
Here, Indiana move. We from Indiana move. We some Indiana move. I'm an Indiana move.
Touchdown, I-N-D-Y. And he lost the ball. There's a fumble. Who's got it? The officials say the Colts do.
Great team win, baby.
Lobs it way downfield, intercepted, coming forward and making the INT for the Colts in the back end.
To see the Colts win Super Bowl.
Hey, win on three. 1, 2, 3, win!
Welcome to another episode of the For the COLTure cast. I'm your host, Marcus Sniffles, and we're here to talk about the Colts. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We drop videos every Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning through the off season, the regular season, every Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can come right here and get your fill of Colts content all year long. And with this video, we're going to focus on one player in particular, and that's Alec Pierce. Now, I've watched a few interviews throughout the offseason about like Chris Ballard talking about him, Daniel Jones talking about him, Jim Bob Cooter, Josh Downs, and Alec Pierce talking about himself. And the main thing that keeps coming up with him as a player is he doesn't complain. He just goes out there and does what he's told. He does his job. He's a team player. He's a team guy. And just no type of pushback, just eyes locked on, forward, doing what you're supposed to do. And that kind of got me to thinking, with Michael Pittman now being a Steeler and the Colts paying Alec Pierce all that money, he's going to be our wide receiver number one. Like, unquestioned, you're the number one guy. And it made me wonder, does he have the wide receiver one mentality? And you kind of know what I mean by wide receiver one mentality. Like, on the negative side, people tend to call those guys divas, the diva wide receiver. Like, you know, Terrell Owens or Randy Moss or A.J. Brown right now. And, you know, they kind of look at that as a negative. But in all honesty, the guys that I just named are all Hall of Famers. They're all great players. Like, Jamar Chase demands the ball. Justin Jefferson demands the ball. Devontae Adams, wide receivers of that high caliber, have gone out there and said, like, hey, I need targets. I need you to throw me the ball more than anybody else. Whether I'm open or not, I need my targets. And for the most part, you're not getting bad receivers or mid receivers having that kind of behavior. Like, the only guy I could really think of that was like, hey, I need the ball is Freddie Mitchell, and he wasn't that good of a wide receiver. And my thing is, I want my wide receiver to have a little bit of a diva in him. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be on par with like Chad Johnson, you know, or A.J. Brown, who are both great receivers. Maybe you don't have to go to that extreme, but you got to have a little bit of that in you. You have to be the type of player that just says, hey, throw me the damn ball. I don't care if I'm covered. Throw me the ball because I can go out there and make a play. It's not that bad of a thing for a wide receiver to be a little bit selfish, in my opinion. Obviously, if you're someone that plays, like if you play on the offensive line, if you're like the center or the guard, sometimes you have to be more selfless to do your job, because you trying to go out there and make highlight plays, or, you know, not trying to help out your other lineman out there could cause the quarterback to get sacked, because you guys are one unit. Great offensive line units move as one, move as a unit. All five do what it takes to protect the quarterback. They put themselves on the line. They're not looking out for self. Offensive linemen are probably the most selfless players on the field. You can make the same case for running backs or tight ends. Like, hey, sometimes you're going to have to block. Sometimes you're going to have to chop block or help block on pass protection. Sometimes you're going to have to run block. Sometimes you're not going to get the ball, but you still have to go out there and put your body out there on the line. Same can be said on the other side of the ball. defensive lineman, linebacker. Sometimes you just got to fill the hole and take on the fullback or the tight end or the linebacker so someone else can make the play. Someone else can make the tackle. Same thing with defensive linemen. Sometimes you just got to plug up space so someone else can make a play. Sometimes you got to get double teamed so someone else can get a sack. It's not like that the further you get away from the ball. Like the closest guys to the ball, offensive linemen, tight ends, running backs, usually selfless. The further away you get from the trenches, the further away you get from the ball. Now it's about what can I do to make play. I'm out here by myself trying to beat the man in front of me so I can get open. I did all this work to get off the line of scrimmage, beat press, find the soft spot in the zone, and you didn't throw me the ball. And you just want me to just run back to the huddle like it's fine? Yeah, in a perfect world, that is what you would like from your teammates. But as a fan, as someone who grew up watching great wide receivers, they want the ball. They should demand the ball. And if they don't get the ball, they should be upset about that. And I'm not saying go out there and show up your quarterback and point at him like, hey, you suck, blah, blah, blah. But demand the ball. Have that wide receiver one mentality. Be a little bit selfish out there. And I don't think anybody would look at Alec Pierce any differently. Alec Pierce was 4th on the team last year in targets. A rookie tight end led the team in targets. Michael Pittman Jr. and Josh Downs had more targets than him. Alec Pierce was 60th in the league in targets. 60th. He only had 84 targets. There were 59 other players that had more targets than Alec Pierce. Now, we're not just talking about wide receiver ones. We're talking about some wide receiver twos, some wide receiver threes, a whole lot of tight ends, and about 5 running backs had more targets than Alec Pierce. So we expect Alec Pierce with his golden retriever mentality, good soldier mentality to go from 60th in targets, getting 84, to start being like, hey, we're gonna jump you up to the top 20 in targets without him demanding the ball. Like, do we think that is going to happen? That would be my question. Is he just going to start? Is the offense going to be focused around him? Because, yeah, they paid him a lot of money. Yeah, they got rid of Michael Pittman Jr., but Josh Downs is still here. Tyler Warren is going to get better. Jonathan Taylor is still here. Daniel Jones is coming off of Achilles, so we don't know if he's going to be dropping back and throwing the ball 30 times a game. How many targets can Alec Pierce expect to get this season while being paid like a number one receiver? And this is not me doubting Alec Pierce's ability to become a wide receiver one. Yeah, he is known for the deep balls, the deep outs, the deep crossers. But when it comes to running other routes, whether it be slants, stops, hitches, underneath stuff, his success rate was extremely high. But the amount of times he ran those routes was extremely low. Like, he ran a whole lot of bunch of deep passes. But his success rate on all the short stuff was still just as high as any other great wide receiver. So it's not really the talent that Alec Pierce lacks, it's the opportunity. And sometimes you have to go out there and demand those opportunities. You just can't sit back and wait for them to hand it to you. Now, I give Alec Pierce a lot of credit. He was a second-round pick. When he first came into the league, he was just a one-trick pony, and every year he got better and better. Shout out to Reggie Wayne, who helped him, stuck on him, and developed him, and helped get him paid, which is obviously, one of the main things you want to do, but helped him become a 1,000-yard receiver, help him lead the league in yards per catch. All these things that he's done and accomplished on the field. But now it's time, not like after you get that contract, now it's time to go out there and prove that you're the number one guy. You made it this far. If you have not liked the video at this point, what are you waiting for? Just like the video. Hit the like button right now. I'm talking to you. Make sure you like the video and subscribe and drop a comment. All that stuff. This is a threat. Not a threat, a warning. But it could be a threat. Just do it. And some of the things I kind of thought about with Alec Pierce is, what is like the ceiling for him? What is it that he can be as wide receiver one in this offense? What are the expectations like? What on the high end side? Like, Alec Pierce goes out, they start calling plays for him, he starts demanding the ball. Daniel Jones is the Daniel Jones we saw at the beginning of last year, and everything is clicking on all cylinders. What is like the high end level of expectations we can expect from him? And mine would be like T.Y. Hilton's best season as a Colt. He had 90 catches, led the league in receiving with 1,400 yards, had 16 yards per catch and 6 touchdowns. Like if Alec Pierce is able to do something like that, that would be an amazing start. And I don't think that is an impossible feat. I don't think that's too much to ask, but that means you got to throw him the ball. He can't have 84 targets again this year. That needs to be bumped up to about 125 targets in the year. That's about like 7 targets a game. So 2 or 3 targets a quarter, Alec Pierce needs to be getting a look, getting a pass thrown his way. And it can't be a thing where Daniel Jones, like last year, we didn't really talk about it that much because the offense was rolling and everything did look good. But there were a lot of times where Daniel Jones would only throw to guys that were wide open or that were already open and wouldn't give wide receivers a chance to make a play on the ball. Like either whether one-on-one or double covered. Like I get, staying in the flow of the offense, but sometimes you got to get your number one guy the ball no matter what. And something that kind of stuck out in my mind a tad bit with Alec Pierce's all-season decision-making was that he was looking for stability at quarterback. And that's why he chose to stay in Indianapolis. Now, like I said, I'm glad he stayed in Indianapolis because I like Alec Pierce as a player. And I wouldn't want to draft him in the second round and develop him all this way just for him to go somewhere else. But you can't look at me with a straight face and say, I'm staying as an Indianapolis Colt because they have stability at the quarterback position. You just can't do that. It doesn't make sense. Since Alec Pierce's rookie year, he's played with Matt Ryan, Anthony Richardson, Gardner Minshew, Joe Flacco, Daniel Jones, Phillip Rivers, and Riley Leonard. And that's not talking about like the Sam Ellingers and the Nick Foles that came in when the season was over. If anything, Alec Pierce has had nothing but quarterback instability in Indianapolis. So, like, if you wanted to stay in Indianapolis because they paid you the most money or because you just like the city or you're comfortable here, then just say that. But don't tell us as fans that, hey, the quarterback position is stable here in Indianapolis, because we've been rooting for this team long enough to know that the quarterback position here is not stable. And it hasn't been stable since, 2018? It's been a very long time since we've had any kind of stability at the quarterback position. So don't come over here telling us like, hey, I came here because the quarterback stability is so great. Like, no, it's not. And we are not even 100% sure that Daniel Jones will be the starting quarterback in week 1 coming up this year. So there's a possibility that we have another different starting quarterback to open the season up. So, like, I get it. You want to say the nice thing, say the thing that kind of, fires up the fan base or whatnot, but we're not stupid. Like, quarterback stability in Indianapolis. Give me a break. Either way, I would like to see some things change with Alec Pierce, whether it be on the field or off the field or behind the scenes. I want there to be a little bit of, I don't want to, like, it kind of seems like I'm like pushing for there to be drama, but I want it to be a thing where Alec Pierce doesn't just sit back and let the offense come to him. Demand the ball, demand passes, demand targets. Act like a wide receiver one. All the great I don't want to say all of them, because there are some wide receivers that were pretty quiet, that were silent. I mean, as a Colts fan, Marvin Harrison was pretty quiet, and we didn't really see him blowing up on the field that often. But he also had Peyton Manning, so it wasn't a thing where he had to go out there and act like that. Alec Pierce kind of needs to go out there and be like, hey, Shane, it's 3rd and 4. We're down by 10. Throw me the ball. I don't care if I'm double covered. Throw me the ball. Let me go out there and make a play. We saw Travis Kelce do the same thing on, I think it was 2 seasons ago. He got mad at Andy Reid because they weren't getting him the ball. And this is a tight end we're talking about. Alec Pierce is getting paid like a wide receiver one. He needs to be treated like a wide receiver one, and he needs to act like a wide receiver one. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm petty or just childish, but I like my wide receivers to have a little bit of diva in them. I like my wide receivers to be a little bit selfish, because at the end of the day, those kinds of wide receivers turn out to be great. Show me all the bad wide receivers that demanded the ball. Leave them in the comments. Show me a bad wide receiver that was publicly demanding the ball, either through the media or on the field or at their quarterback. Show them to me, because I can show you all the Hall of Fame receivers that demanded the ball and became Hall of Famers. I think Alec Pierce has the talent to do it. I just wonder if he has the mentality to do it. But like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. If you're a Colts fan, better subscribe. Subscribe every Mondays, 8 in the morning. Dropping videos. See you on the next one. Go Colts.
Thanks for watching, babe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.